Now, I know we touched a little bit on title insurance, Jocelyn, about how it's an alternative for a real property report, but could you dive in a little bit more deeper as to what exactly title insurance is and, situations where it's applicable?
Sure. So title insurance, title insurance is generally used as an alternative as for a real property report. So it covers in the event that there are problems with zoning compliance, setbacks required for the city by the city, or in the event that you suffer any losses that you would not have suffered in the event that you received a current and up-to-date real property report. Okay.
Mm,
So that's generally why title insurance is used. However, title insurance also provides extra coverage that a real property report generally wouldn't provide, including it covers tax arrears, utility charges, work orders, lack of legal access to your property, and fraud, forgery, and false impersonation. Okay,
oh,
so
really?
yeah, title insurance can be really
Wow.
broad and can give you a lot of extra coverage that a real property report won't. And in certain cases, I suggest people, even if they're getting a real property report, buy that title insurance policy. So I'm a big advocate of title insurance in the event that you're buying a new build. Okay, you still have a lot of protection through contracts, contractual requirements, and through your lawyer, but title insurance gives you relief quicker than dealing with the situation in other manners.
Okay.
And also, title insurance is a mandatory thing in the event that you're buying a foreclosure and you have financing, because title insurance will step in. Foreclosures are bought as is, where is, and then title insurance will
Right.
provide you that extra protection for the title. Okay. Just as a side note, their title insurance can cost anywhere between 175 to 350 generally. The average is 225.
Okay.
Uh, if the property is above a cost of $500,000, title insurance is on a scale, so it can be more expensive. And if your purchaser is buying with a private lender rather than a RBC, Scotia, something like that, you're going to have a higher cost for the title insurance purchase. I don't
Interesting.
see it very often here, but sometimes in contracts, we'll see people say real property report or title insurance in lieu up to an amount of X. And that's why
Mm,
they want to limit what that cost could be to their client. Because it's so often $225, I don't have that happen regularly, but sometimes you'll have title insurance being, $400 or more, and it's kind of nice to cap it.
yeah, no kidding. That's smart. I'm going to take that in consideration when representing sellers going forward here. That's awesome because yeah, we usually just put it as a general. Because yeah, my experience has always been that 200, 225 range. So that's how I advise. But I didn't realize it could range all the way up to the 300, 400 mark. So that's a great piece of advice. Thank you.
And as a seller, if you say, I'm going to provide title insurance instead of a real property report, the buyer's lawyer is actually the one who gets to decide which title insurance company they're going through and purchases it, right? So sometimes there can be arguments between lawyers, are you able to use FCT instead of Stewart Title? Can you add endorsements? What's the limits? And if you're acting for a seller, you don't necessarily know what the financing is through a private lender, which would cause the title insurance cost to go up. You just know there's financing, right? So
100%.
sometimes you don't know the provisions that are going to make that title insurance cost greater.
Covering the unknowns. Okay, awesome. So